Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's dive into some TA. All right, guys, we're going to do our best to run through these charts pretty quick. We do have Nvidia earnings tomorrow after the bell, so that is likely going to be the next major market catalyst that will be giving us some direction. We thought it would be Jackson Hole. Jackson Hole did not give us that direction. It gave us some nice moves, but it did not give us a clear direction to go to. We are still just stuck in this consolidation, and I am just going to add this back to our chart. We have our handy dandy golden pocket sitting there. All right, so at the end of the day, it is going to come down to Nvidia earnings, which is why I don't want to take too much of our time in this video. But I will definitely point out how I think things are setting up going into that event. And yes, guys, that is all just going to be my opinion. It is not going to be taken as financial advice. Everything I share here on the channel is just my opinion. All right, guys, so you have pulled back here to the daily 9. You got rejected here at the 0.786 pip, as well as this 484.43 resistance we were paying attention to. All right, you've now pulled back the support, 473.82. And I am going to point out, guys, a clear as day level here on the hourly time frame that you know speaks to me, that I clearly could see here on this chart, is right here. All right, you got plenty of touch points going on down here. And if it comes down to 467.94, this hourly RSI should be oversold. So if it does come down and start breaking support, all right, break under 471.65, we are going to be paying attention to 467.94. All right, you did end up bouncing at 471.71. All right, so, you know, 6 cents above that 471.65 support. We do know that is the level being respected, so we will certainly be watching that on the downside. We're just quickly going to go over these levels, and I am actually going to point out, clear as they do have that little, you know, it's like, let's just point this out. All right, you got like this wedge action going on here, and you have just now started breaking out to the upside. I do have to assume, guys, we're going to be getting some, you know, bullish price action off of Nvidia. That is just my guess. All right, with how things are set up, just my guess. Okay, falling wedge. Let's go over the levels that we were paying attention to. On the upside as resistance, we have 478.55, 480.53, 482.73, and 484.43. On the downside, all right, we have 476.55 and then 473.82 under there. Now, if you do want to just add another level in between there, we're going to use, we're going to use today's low over here, which is going to be, no, it was not today's low, right? But it was this little pivot we got going on here. We opened up all the way down here. But yeah, over here, we're going to have 475.06. So on the downside, we watch 476.55, 475.06, and then 473.82. Underneath there, just like today, 471.65, under there, 467.94. All right, guys, moving on over here to SPY. I am just going to point out here, daily time frame. Guys, this thing wants to push up. It doesn't want to come down. The thing is still just consolidating here in a bullish manner. The thing's about to have another leg up, and that's just, you know, again, just my opinion. That is 100% what this thing is saying to me. It does not want to pull back. This thing is consolidating before a catalyst, and it's probably going to be breaking up. That's what it's definitely setting up to me. All right, that's how it's setting up to me. All right, come down here, the hourly time frame. Let's just go over its support and resistance. Resistance, 462.10, 463.17, 465. Now, keep in mind, all of those were not 400s, right? So let's run through them again. 562.10, 563.17, and 565.16. On the downside is support. We have 560.07, 558.32, and 557.29. Underneath there, all the way back down here at 554.87. But I am just going to say, guys, this thing is, you know, we can clearly see on the daily time frame, it's consolidating that bullish manner. We got QQ breaking up from a, you know, hourly bullish falling wedge there. The thing is setting up for some continuation. So that's what I think we're about to get, another leg up. All right, moving over here to IWM, guys. You got above the 0.786 fib. Yes, you know, sold off from there, but you did get above it intraday, which tells me, you know, odds favor us going above here and taking out this level right here at 228.63. So, you know, that's going to be my target over the coming 1 to 2 weeks is 228.63. I do think it will be hit. All right, I know it seems a little crazy right now, but at the end of the day, all right, I know my stuff. You know, I know what I watch, all right? And when I get my signals, I know how to pivot from there. All right, and the fact that we got up here, guys, you know, we're bullish on this pullback. Yes, it could pull back, but we're bullish on that pullback. All right, now let's just go over support and resistance. You clearly see what's being respected here. Resistance, 219.11. All right, provided 2 rejections so far today. Above there, we have 220.77 and then 222.47. If you revisit 222.47, you're probably just coming straight up here to 228.63, but you will have 224.89 in between there, which is the high of that candlestick right there. All right, as support on IWM, we have 217.72, 215.85, and 212.25. Like I just said, all right, I am favoring upside here. That's how I think this is setting up on the weekly time frame. I think this thing wants to shove up. I don't know how this weekly candlestick's gonna, close out. No idea. Okay, but if I do think Nvidia is going to be bringing the whole market up, providing the positive market catalyst there overnight, IWM, I know it's not going to really be moving with those guys, but as a whole, the market is likely to be moving up. If we know this thing's probably going to be moving up, it makes sense. Okay, that's that. Capiche? Capiche. DIA, another thing that doesn't look like it wants to sell right now. It does not. You pulled back and now you look like you want to keep going. All right, which I'm just going to say, guys, this actually looks like the weekly chart over there in QQ. I'll flash that in a sec here. All right, yes, I'm about to flash you guys. Crazy, right? Crazy. I'm kidding. I'm flashing these charts, baby. That's what we're talking about, all right? 412.01 is your support, and as a resistance, we have 413.86. If you can get above there, guys, we'll put some fib extensions on there, and we'll look for another leg higher, all right? But I'm just saying, this thing's looking picture perfect. At some point, this is going to snap, but hey, as of right here, you held that, and that did end up marking your bottom, and you rallied your butt off back to all-time highs from there. This thing's not looking bad at all. We look at the weekly time frame. I can see a big weekly green candlestick coming out of here. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but you know what? You push straight up to the highs here. I wouldn't be surprised if you get some continuation, all right? Things aren't looking so bad. That is the theme of this video. They're not looking so bad. I told you guys when we were back on this candlestick right here, VIX, when it gets underneath it, okay, it likes to test it, and it likes to reject. Happens almost every time you get back underneath it. Just like when you get above it, you're going to test it, all right, from the upside. You get above it, you're going to test it from the upside. Well, you get below it, you're going to test it from the downside, and you probably are going to get that rejection, all right? So that is what we are still getting over here, Mr. VIX. I do have to say, hourly RSI over here is not even in oversold territory. 15-minute RSI does not have any 15-minute bullish divergence going on here. And I think this thing continues sinking over here. So that's what I'm going to be looking for on Mr. VIX. So, theme of these indices today, guys, they're not looking too bad. They're not looking too bad. We got a major market catalyst right around the corner. And that is that. Okay. And I'm sorry I missed you guys in yesterday's video. I just did not want to record a video. And yeah. All right. We kind of got a whole lot of nothing yesterday anyway, and I figured we just continue consolidating. So that is what we got here. Weekly time frame, I told you that looked pretty similar. DIA looked pretty similar over here to what you got. All right, hit it with the shooting star candlestick, bearish candlestick. Guess what? If this closes out as a hammer candlestick next to it, that is not going to be a bearish look. That looks like you had a little pause here because golden pocket right here, 0.786 big. Perfect, guys. This is what we look for. Expect sellers where we should be expecting sellers, which is the golden pocket. Makes perfect sense, okay? But then it looks like after this brief consolidation period, it looks like it wants to shove its butt back upwards. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. That's how things are shaping up to me here on the indices. All right, we're quickly just going to run through things, okay? I want to point out, you got Nvidia. You saw how it looks on the weekly, right? You saw that? This thing's setting up, hey, we could easily get a big green candle, big green dildo stick looking candlestick over here, considering you now have a week and a half of consolidation heading right into earnings. And this thing is consolidating in a bull flag like manner. And you just broke out that downtrend and you broke and retested. This thing's going up to the highs, baby. It's going up to the highs. We have the perfect catalyst tomorrow after the bell. Let's run it. All right. Above 130.75. You're watching 132.42, 136.15, 140.76. But in all reality, guys, with all likelihood here, this thing's probably going to cap up somewhere over here. And then we get some continuation on that move, right? That's what I'm thinking is going to be the case. Av to the go, baby. Pulled back to 156.40 support. And now you're looking like this is probably just going to be a higher low before having another push up. AMD. Okay, again, pull back support. You're finding bars off 148.78 support. It looks like this is probably going to be that higher low before pushing up and coming up here to test that golden pocket again. SMCI with the big move today. All right, big move today. All right, that's an 8% intraday move right there. All right, I actually considered, I was like, I know Nvidia earnings is probably going to be moving with it. I considered buying this over here. I decided not to. All right, and because at the end of the day, I don't really have anything I'm going off of here. You do have the golden pocket though. Oh, look at that, dude. Why didn't I just have the right tools on my screen off open? It's okay, guys. It's okay. But yeah, guys, got bought up right here off the 0.786 fib, right? Sometimes I even forget to use this bad boy myself, but it's definitely a tool that you should have in your tool chest, and it is going to, it's going to be very useful to you, and that's that. You do have increasing volume on the day. All right. Last time you had a big recovery after the gap down, you end up having a big gap down that closed, that opened underneath that candlestick. So I'm not saying that's going to happen, but that is the last time we got bought up off the open here. You consolidated for a day and then died. All right. So watch it. But I'm also going to say I think this thing recovers from here. You just broke out that downtrend. I know you're coming back over here. But you are getting buyers stepping in right where they need to. And we'll just watch support and resistance from here, guys. Resistance 547, 582.46 above there. You probably make this move pretty quick when it starts going. ESM, all right. Again, it's looking like we got these higher lows, guys. Things want to be bought up here. I know. Everything came to its golden pocket. We were expecting the pullback or rejection. We were expecting it. Okay, and now it's happened. Now we have to remember, guys, on that pullback, we were going to be bullish before it even happened. You guys want to see when we started calling for pullback? All right, it was on that day right there. What did we get the following day? We got a big fat red bar. All right, and now we're just continuing that consolidation. I thought Jackson Hole would be breaking us out of that consolidation. It looks like the market values Nvidia earnings over Jackson freaking Hole. All right. Did I think that would be the case? No. I thought we'd get one market catalyst and the following week we'd get another market catalyst. No, the market is really just coiled the heck up right now, guys. It's ready to explode. That's how I see it. It's ready to freaking explode. Just give us the green light. It'll go. It'll do some crazy things. All right. Now let's look at some of these big boys. We're going to start off with Apple. Now I pointed this out in the Discord early this morning. You had a hammer candlestick and you formed, You formed a hammer candlestick, buyer stepped in off support, and this daily 9 test. This ain't looking bad at all. It looks like it wants to break up, and now it does look like, it is breaking up. Okay, so I think the breakout is probably starting today with Apple over here, considering you have now gone above the 0.786 fib. You couldn't do it before, but you've now definitely done it. I have 228.85 intraday. You get a daily close above 228.40. I'm going to call for a push up here to 237.23. It doesn't mean it goes straight up there. But you guys can see the same thing I'm seeing. This thing's consolidating in a bullish manner, just like we come over here to QQQ. Same exact look, okay? Except more bullish. It looks more bullish than what we have here, considering it is already trying to make a resolution out of that consolidation. Come over here to Microsoft. What are we talking about? It looks like the same exact thing. Not the same exact thing, but it looks like what we were just talking about before. How a bunch of these charts just look like they're pulling back for higher lows before they have another leg up. This thing never got up here, the golden pocket. I only have to assume that this is probably going to be a higher low before you get up here. Okay, we said we had a lot of resistance here. We're gonna have sellers here. Weekly time frame. This is clear as day the spot they want to defend. Okay, we got sellers step in right when you started testing that zone. Now we could get a back up above there with the catalyst. That catalyst, Nvidia. I know. I know. Whoever thought we would be looking at this as major market movement catalyst? Not me 2 years ago, but it is what it is, guys. Nvidia is the biggest market event of the freaking year now. All right, of the quarter, every single quarter. That is how it goes. All right, clear as day. Do have a downtrend to pay attention to. You break above that downtrend, guys, we are probably going to start pushing up to this level right here. I'm going to mark it in white because this is, big spot. All right, previous all-time high. That is clearly a spot that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 reactions just over the past few months. All right, this thing is about to push back up here if you can break out of this downtrend. Now, again, you're sitting at support here. This is the spot for the higher low. You want to be holding on. You're holding on for dear life over here. The next spot underneath here is going to be the break and retest off of 168.77. All right. This thing looks like it is coiling up and getting ready for an explosive breakup. That's how I see it. Okay. Goog, what do we got? It's also just coiled the heck up here, and I do think we're probably going to be doing something like that. All right, I'm not saying it goes straight up there, but I am saying this thing is consolidating above the daily 9 in this bullish manner. We are probably going to see this downtrend break setup play out over the coming 1 to 2 weeks. I really do think Nvidia probably is going to be that catalyst. That gives us a green light across the board. All of these things, maybe Goog gaps up here above consolidation, gives that the green light to then make this move right here. Let's do it. Let's run it. That's how I think this is probably about to go. Meta, guys, you pushed up here. I, shared my thoughts. The fact that this thing keeps getting rejected, you kind of need a catalyst for this thing to get past here to find new buyers. You need something to bring, new money into the stock. I don't personally know what that catalyst is. I'm not going to say it's going to be Nvidia, but I am going to point out, hey, you're still up just near these highs. You probably are getting ready for another leg up at some point, considering this ugly double bottom here. If you can break above this high here, which you already did last week, break above 542.81, we're going to say you get a daily close above that level. You have your breakout, and you probably have this move coming over the coming months. Okay, that's Meta. Tesla, same thing, guys. You just pull back in this slow, controlled manner here. It looks like it wants to go. You have an inverse head and shoulders kind of look to you, too. All right, which actually, I didn't point it out. You come over here to SPY, and I'm pointing this out earlier. I think this was like literally like an hour ago. I pointed out to the Discord. You have an inverse head and shoulders. All right, you got this little action right there. Like, it looks kind of sloppy, but at the end of the day, it is exactly what it suggests. You have bullish structure forming on the chart, and it started with this breakout. Okay, I know you tested the bottom trend line of it the next morning, but then you broke out again, and it went again. That's funny. That's funny. All right, guys. I stand by my opinion here. The charts do look like they're setting up this consolidation in a bullish manner, and I know a lot of people don't. Well, we're gonna say some people don't want to just come on here and hear my opinions. You want to just see your levels. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, that's guaranteed not what most of you guys are here for. Most of you guys want to see me present the data and then present how I interpret that data. This is how I'm interpreting the data. All right. Things are looking like they're going to go rippy. That's how I'm seeing it. Bitcoin over here on the weekly time frame. All right, guys, you're following this big green candlestick with this one. I think you are likely going to get bought up, even if it turns into something like that and then we fade. I think it's probably going to be something like that. I don't think you just fade off of that. It's just typically not what we see. See how you faded, but you came back up. Okay. Let's see. No, I don't know. Like right here, you faded, but you came back up. Or over here, you started fading, but you came back up and made a new high. All right. So, we can get this thing just straight selling off after last week's green wide body dildo candlestick. All right. But hey, I'm going to definitely say it's unlikely. You have this little uptrend going on over here on Bitcoin. All right. You're hitting it with the break and retest off 61,809. All right. Then you have your downtrend right under there. Daily 9. This same spot you started finding buyers right over here. All right. You have confluence going on. That's all I'm trying to, show here is you have the confluence. You come over here. Some of these other guys, Mara, guys, this thing literally pulled back to a key spot at 1712 and found buyers. All right. It wants to be bought up. Okay. This thing literally pulled back. It really does look like this could be a higher low before you go something like this. All right. You come over here to CLSK. This is one that, hey, I'm not going to say, is the best looking out of these guys. Not at all, okay? But I will just point out, you broke out of this downtrend here. Downtrend took a whole month, okay? Whole month to form. You broke out, you grinded, you look like you're basing here, ready for a move up. You didn't. You broke that little uptrend, and now you came down to 1135 support, and you're finding buyers, okay? Notice how this daily RSI is still over here. Guys, the move here, it's not risky going long down here with time. That's how I see it, okay? Like the setups there, the short-term setups there, okay? And you're just in the spot where you want to be accumulating, and then you sell when it starts distributing, and you can go with the big players and do that. When it comes into this 1503 level, it's probably where you get the big guys selling. All right. So that's, just how all of these things are really setting up to me. You got Coinbase, you got the same month-long downtrend. You broke out with increasing volume here. You're pulling back. Now you got the hammer candlestick on the back test. The thing looks good. Okay. So, you know, I know maybe some people don't want to hear Permival Henry come on here and just say like, hey guys, all these charts, they look good going into this event that we have no idea what happened. Okay. But I'm just pointing out we have confluence across the board. Look at how VIX looks. Okay. Look at how VIX looks. It's rejecting here, and it, you know, typically when you do that, you take out the low. All right. We're probably going to take out this low. And if you do that, SPY over here should come up above that high. Okay. Which means probably just going to go to the all-time highs. QQQ should come above this high. Probably going to break above the 0.786 fib, which then tells us we're coming up here to 503.52. All right, guys, that is what I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. All right. I know we ran through things. It wasn't so quick. It was a 20-minute video. But at the end of the day, guys, all right, don't expect much tomorrow intraday. You have a big catalyst after the bell. I want to hammer it into all of our heads going into tomorrow because, you know, we probably are not going to get too much price action before the event. Everyone knows about the event. That's why we're talking about it. So we're going to wait on it in this bullish manner. And then once it comes, we're probably going to stop waiting on it and go. That's all I'm thinking. Look at perfect pullback to the 9 in this bullish consolidate. It looks so perfect, guys. With that being said, I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate your time. If you did enjoy this video, all right, feel free to share it with someone else, someone in your life, a loved one, a friend who you also think would find this video useful. Would it help their trading? Would it get them into the market because you think they, you know, you want them to get into the market? Whatever it may be, feel free to share the video. If you enjoyed the video, please like the video. This is how we get this video out to more people. And with that being said, catch you all in the next one. Peace.